my subscribers have fully informed me they're getting a little bit tired of these intro clips in front of the actual videos, so I will try to keep this short. Myself and another YouTuber have made a second collab channel, and this second channel is linked in the description below. It's called Salvage Slikk because I'm sharing the channel with another YouTuber named Salvage1009. Now, this channel is going to be a gaming sort of let's play channel, but not a let's play like through a story or anything like that, but multiplayer games, funny moments, and full gameplays of myself and Salvage playing competitive matches, some funny moments, like I said, all kinds of different stuff. We're going to try to upload on that channel every single day. So if you ever don't see me upload on this channel, which I try to upload every single day, there will definitely be one on that second channel. And just for more content, if you like what I'm putting out, and you want to watch me play some games with another YouTuber, check that link in the description below. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's something Salvage and I have wanted to do for a very long time. And I'm really looking forward to, starting up that channel and producing more content for you guys. Of course, none of that's going to contract any from this channel. It's totally on the sides. So anyway, guys, I hope you all do enjoy the video. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Slikk. I'm back again with another video, and in this one, we're going to be talking about the AAA Batman and Suicide Squad games that are in development that you've heard me talk about quite a bit on this channel, but we have some new information, some more leaks, and some more evidence leading us to believe that these games are, in fact, in development. And in fact, right as I was reading these articles and this new leak on NeoGAF that has actually been vetted by the forum and vetted by the moderators on the forum, which adds a bit of credibility to what is generally a very unincredible, very non-credible source, generally speaking, but it adds a little bit of credibility in that respect. But of course, the source that I was speaking to about the game, the Arkham game, not the Suicide Squad game. So the Suicide Squad stuff we're going to read on the actual leak, which we'll get to in just a minute. I don't know anything about that, and my source doesn't either. So, anyway, in terms of the Arkham game, and it's not just my source, by the way, it's other people's source. But anyway, the source has actually seen the game. So, the Arkham game, it's not like, oh, is the Arkham game in development or anything? It's not like that for me personally. The Suicide Squad game is. So, anyway, that's a whole other discussion for another day. And we're just going to go and dive right into it here. And you can see there's a ton of sources that are reporting this. And again, one of the big things I do want to get into here is that this NeoGAF leak, which I'm about to read to you, has been vetted by the forum, which again adds a bit of credibility to what is generally a very non-credible source. And people, it's famously known for being not credible, but again, that adds a little bit of credibility to it. So, WB Games Montreal, according to this leak, is not only developing the Batman Arkham game, which I did not know. I repeatedly emphasized that I am not certain that the game is being developed by WB Games Montreal. I've repeatedly said in my videos talking about it, because that's all I knew at the time, that this game is in development at WB Games Studios and not necessarily WB Games Montreal. With that being said, this source is essentially saying that WB Games Montreal is developing the Damian Wayne Batman game. So we have another source reporting this Damian Wayne Batman game, in addition to the ones that you've already seen, like bite-sized impressions, okay? And also, the WB Montreal is working on the Suicide Squad game as well. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit here, and we're going to talk about the Suicide Squad game, in which they got help from ROCKSTEADY. That's very interesting to me. I was not expecting that, but ROCKSTEADY was working on VR, and during that year where they were working on VR, it's reasonable to believe that it didn't take the entire studio to make VR. I would certainly hope not. It's only an hour long. And they were, helping out with the Suicide Squad game, much like they did with, Batman Arkham Origins. They helped out, and that was, by the way, when they were making Arkham Knight. So, very busy studio, very talented studio, ROCKSTEADY. So, the Suicide Squad game, according to this user that has been vetted by the NeoGAF forums, and they know is a legit source, says that the Suicide Squad game, which I have reported on in the past, by the way, is a brawler. You can create your own avatar and basically, use the customization similar to the Arkham system in the way that I understand it, with tiers and everything like that. You have many characters to choose from, I would hope so, in a Suicide Squad game. Co-op action, and it's Borderlands-esque, excuse me. So I don't know if it's going to be open world in a way. That would be cool, I think, if they could do something like that, but maybe if they had a linear story. But Borderlands-esque, I think, in the way of customization, in the way of customizing your character. So that's a really interesting pick there, and I think that even if we learn more about this game, we're truly not going to understand until we actually see it. It's a see it to believe it kind of thing. Borderlands-esque co-op Suicide Squad game that's a brawler. I'm in. I'm on board. But very little information. This is actually targeted for a 2017 release. Now, if you notice, he does not specify here that the Arkham game is on target for any release, and from what I've heard about the game, it's still quite a bit out, in that it's not going to come in 2017. So yes, what I'm saying here is that the Suicide Squad game, we have every reason to believe, is going to be coming out before the Batman Arkham game, which I've reported on infinitely more, and we have more information about it, as you can see here. But this game's coming later. WB Games Studios is developing this first, and if you think about it, it makes sense. Nobody, Damian Wayne is not hot right now, but you know what is hot? Suicide Squad. Okay, the new movie. In fact, I'm going to see the new it's not new, but I'm going to see the Suicide Squad movie again tonight. It's still in theaters. It's fresh. And 2017 is certainly not too far beyond its marketing reach. To correspond with the film, at least within a year period. So 2017 release, it makes sense. It definitely makes sense. Everything's making sense here as far as I'm concerned with that Suicide Squad game, which has been leaked previously before, not just this NeoGAF user, okay? So next we have the Damian Wayne game, which has been, leaked, just spoken about so many times. Just all kinds of sources are reporting it, in addition to bite-sized impressions, which actually was the origin of the source. So, the next game is a Damian Wayne game. It has been greenlit last summer. So once again, this game just got greenlit recently. So last summer, that's a while ago. Realistically, I'm assuming last summer he doesn't mean like 2 months ago. I think he means last summer, like the one before this one, because I know the game's been in development for over a year. But anyway, 10 years in the future. This is kind of what I was speculating. It's not quite Batman Beyond. I believe I said something along this effect, but it's still in the future. Okay, so Damian Wayne's Batman, and we are going to have Bruce Wayne in the game. Bruce Wayne's going to be old and has a beard, much like the account, and people do this. They make accounts that are just for the leak that they're doing in particular. He has a harness on his leg. That's weird, but uses a walking stick, and he's mentoring Damian Wayne to be the new Batman. So basically, in this game, we are going to get a game that takes place over multiple nights. It's not, or it is open world, excuse me, but the city's populated. So it's going to be like a story, like a comic book story, in a way, if you think about it, in that it's not just all in one night or anything like that. So there's going to be a story where Bruce Wayne is teaching Damian Wayne to be Batman, and you don't just start the game off as Batman free roaming in Arkham Asylum or Arkham City, which is cool and all fine and dandy. In the Arkham formula, in a way, they're going to be mixing that up here in this game. So Damian Wayne has a bat bike, which we knew about previously. This was like 6 months ago we learned about the bat bike thing. And lots of great characters and also new ones. Lots of redesigns, like Black Mask is a female in this game, so it seems fitting in the future that could be possible. So very, very Batman Beyond vibes coming from changes like this. Dick's in it. That's poor choice of words, as the Joker would say. Dick Grayson is in it. That's exactly how I would have worded it right there. But anyway, Dick's in it. He has a shaved head. Okay, so that's all fine and dandy. He probably is already retired as Nightwing at this point. Some other villains are Flamingo, Poison Ivy, and White Rabbit. Of course, White Rabbit is, I guess that's kind of teased by Lex Luthor in BVS, right? White Rabbit, in the scene before Doomsday comes out of the capsule. But anyway, the game is starting to roll in production, so we might not see it for a while, but I'm very excited. So this is the big distinction here, and I think the biggest thing to take away from this, because none of this here is a whole ton of new information, although these villains, and also, I confirmed for you about a week ago, Bite Size Impressions came out and said that one of the villains is actually going to be Harvey Dent, actually later in his career, as the judge. Now, the game is still in rolling development, so we might not see it for a while, and with that being said, Suicide Squad game is going to come out first, 2017, that's next year, corresponding to Injustice 2, corresponding to Spider-Man PS4, we're going to be getting that Suicide Squad game, and that also leads us into believe that maybe WB Games has bigger plans, or WB has bigger plans for the Suicide Squad as a whole, like a Suicide Squad 2 movie. Speculation. Schreier had written on Twitter that a lot of developers want to go the route of announcing a game and releasing it shortly after, like Fallout 4. It's up in the air when we are going to see Suicide Squad, let alone the Damian game. These games are not labeled Arkham, so this is probably an Arkham continuity. So this is something new in the edit that I did not know and was uncertain of, is that the game is not going to be called an Arkham game. I can see this in a way, I cannot see this in a way, but, the source has been vetted from NeoGAF. I don't know how credible that is. I will say that it seems certainly like a follow-up to Batman Arkham Knight, don't you? I think so. I don't know why you would make Damian Wayne Batman unless you are subservient to the actions of something of another universe, i.e. the Arkhamverse. So, that's the only reason I would imagine Bruce Wayne not being Batman, and it makes sense following up Arkham Knight. So I think it will be a sequel to Arkham Knight. It will be canon to Arkham Knight, but maybe titled something else. I can buy that. So, anyway, guys, I hope you'll have enjoyed the video. Tons of new information coming out of this NeoGAF leak, and once again, sources are picking this up like crazy, and it's going to be inspired by Borderlands, the Suicide Squad game. That sounds really cool. And once again, the big news coming out of this is that the Suicide Squad game is going to be hitting before that Batman Arkham game, or sorry, the non-Arkham Batman game, that seems to be like a follow-up to Arkham Knight. But anyway, that's really cool, and like I said, if I learn anything more about the game, I'm expecting to learn more about it in the next week. I'll be sure to keep you updated. Let me know if you're getting tired of these videos, but the information just keeps coming, and I feel like it's my obligation to keep reporting it. And as long as these leaks, of course, I'm learning what I'm learning about the game, and I'll report that to you. But in terms of other sources that I'm not certain on or don't trust, I'm only going to report them to you if I feel there's some credibility, and we are having credible sources report this NeoGAF report that has been vetted by other people. So that's the reason that you're seeing it. This is not just a random post from some random guy. Of course, you can never be certain. I mean, what does vetting mean relatively? But sources have said that they vetted the source, so that's enough for me to at least report the video as a possibility. And we're going to see very soon if this guy's right about the Suicide Squad game. And we're going to see that very, very soon. Like I said, generally, if a game is within a year of release, you're going to get an announcement for that game. So what we got to turn our focus to now, which I was not expecting, is that Suicide Squad game before the Batman game. We're going to be getting that first. Every inclination that we have thus far and everything is pointing to that. So even though we know less about it, it's been covered up more, that's what we're going to be getting first. So that's what we really need to shift our focus on, and maybe put the Batman game in the back burner, which I've been talking about a lot, but really it's a good bit away realistically. So that Suicide Squad game should be first on our radar, along with Spider-Man PS4 and Injustice 2, which have already been announced. So anyway, guys, I hope you'll have enjoyed the video, and if you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought about the video in the comment section below. Comment all of your thoughts about the Batman game and the Suicide Squad game in development right now, at least rumored. We'll see you in the next one.